Pepperoni, cheese, or veggie? What kind of pizza would you pick? While you're dropping your choices in the comments, I'm choosing to head over to a massive frozen pizza factory. Did you know that over 2 billion frozen pizzas are sold worldwide every year? The United States leads in consumption, with the average American eating around 50 pounds of pizza each year. The process starts with mixing the ingredients for the dough. Large industrial mixers are used, which automatically add the precise amounts of flour, water, yeast, salt, sugar, and vegetable oil. The flour is stored in huge silos or containers, from which it flows through special pipes into the mixers. A sensor system carefully measures the exact amount of flour needed for each batch of dough. Water, oil, and other liquid ingredients come through dedicated pipelines, and each mixer is equipped with dispensers that automatically add the required amounts of these liquids. For smaller dry ingredients like yeast, salt, and sugar, separate dispensing systems are used to accurately measure and add them to the mixer at just the right time. Operators simply monitor the machinery and ensure proper dosing, while the entire ingredient delivery process is fully automated. The dough is mixed until it reaches a smooth, uniform texture, a process that usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. After mixing, the dough is left to rest for a few minutes, allowing the yeast to activate so it becomes soft and elastic. After mixing, the large mass of dough moves down the line, where special automatic tongs or portioning blades separate equal pieces from the main batch. The machine is calibrated to a specific weight, ensuring each dough piece is the same size for consistent pizza quality. Each piece is then sent to the shaping station, where it's laid out on a conveyor belt or platform. Next, a machine with presses or rollers carefully but evenly flattens each dough piece to the required thickness. Modern production lines use sensors to monitor the diameter and thickness of each pizza base. If a piece is not flattened uniformly, the press machine automatically corrects it or sends it back for another shaping cycle. To create a nice edge, machines gently lift the dough's edges using special mechanical attachments or air jets that lightly blow around the perimeter, kind of like the iconic dress scene with Marilyn Monroe. This technique helps form a border that keeps the toppings from spilling out during baking. The finished pizza bases go through a final check as they move along the conveyor belt. Sensors inspect the shape and evenness, and only then are the bases sent to a light pre-baking step to set their shape. Through this process, between 3,000 and 5,000 pizza bases are formed every hour. That means the factory can produce up to 120,000 bases in a single day. The prepared pizza bases move along the conveyor into an industrial oven. The oven temperature is preset, typically ranging between 662 and 752 degrees Fahrenheit. The conveyor moves at a steady pace, ensuring each base bakes evenly. This high temperature allows for quick baking, about 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the thickness and size of each base. These ovens usually feature multiple heating elements placed above and below the dough to ensure even heat distribution. This setup creates a crispy crust that remains soft on the inside. During baking, the oven slightly humidifies the base surface with specialized steam nozzles, which help the dough stay tender within. After baking, each base passes through a series of sensors that check its color, texture, and thickness. If a base is under or overbaked, it's automatically removed from the line. The hot bases come out of the oven and are immediately moved onto a cooling conveyor. This cooling step is essential to stop any further baking. Cooling is managed by special fans that quickly lower the base's temperature before the next stage. While the pizza base is baking, a separate line is preparing the sauce. Tomatoes, spices, salt, sugar, and sometimes oil or other ingredients like basil or garlic are mixed together. The sauce is cooked in large vats where it's continuously stirred to achieve a smooth, uniform consistency. After cooking, the sauce is cooled down so it doesn't interfere with the following stages when it will be spread onto the dough. The par-baked pizza base travels along the conveyor to a saucing machine. This machine spreads the sauce evenly across the surface of the dough. To avoid overloading, a small border is usually left sauce-free, creating a clean edge on the pizza. The machine precisely measures the amount of sauce for consistency, so each pizza turns out identical. Interestingly, the manufacturer recently began reducing the amount of preservatives used in their frozen pizzas. After the sauce, the base moves further along the line to the station where other toppings are added. This step can be fully automated, although in some factories, workers are involved in the process. Toppings like cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms, vegetables, and olives are dispensed onto the pizzas using automated dispensers or specialized containers. Cheese is usually added first and in the largest amount to create a stretchy layer when baked. To ensure even distribution, special sifters or mechanisms gently sprinkle the toppings over each pizza. Vegetables, meats, and other components are added in precise proportions, so each pizza has a consistent flavor and appearance. After the toppings are added, the pizza moves on to a crucial step, flash freezing. It goes into a tunnel freezer where the temperature is kept extremely low, reaching -86 degrees Fahrenheit or even lower, just so you know. At this temperature, the pizza freezes within minutes. Flash freezing is important because it preserves the dough's structure, the texture of the cheese, and other ingredients, which helps maintain the product's original flavor. After freezing, the pizza bases, or fully assembled pizzas, move down a conveyor belt to the packaging line. Machines automatically position them correctly to avoid any wrinkling or deformation. The pizzas are typically wrapped in clear plastic film to prevent moisture loss and preserve freshness. This film is applied automatically, and special thermal elements quickly seal it along the edges, creating an airtight package. For certain types of frozen pizzas, vacuum sealing or an inert gas environment, such as nitrogen, is used to keep the product fresh for longer. In these cases, a machine either removes the air from the packaging or adds gas to prevent bacterial growth and oxidation. Once wrapped in plastic, the pizzas are automatically transferred to a machine that places them in cardboard boxes. This cardboard is usually sturdy to protect the pizza from damage during transportation. The machine folds the boxes around the pizzas and securely seals them with adhesive tape or special clips. Next, each box is labeled with product information, such as the name, ingredients, expiration date, and cooking instructions. This stage is also fully automated. A machine scans barcodes and prints labels according to the type of pizza. After labeling, each box goes through a quality control system. Sensors and cameras check for intact packaging, clear labeling, and the absence of any defects. If a box doesn't meet standards, it's automatically removed from the line. Following quality control, the pizza boxes are grouped into cases or stacked onto pallets. Robotic arms can automatically stack the boxes to save space during transportation. Before shipping, the pizzas are temporarily stored in large freezer rooms, which maintain a stable temperature until they are loaded into refrigerated trucks for transport to stores. And here's where you'll see something unexpected. Do you think mayonnaise is just a simple mix of oil and eggs? What if I told you it can polish furniture and elevate your culinary creations to new heights? Today, I'll reveal the secrets behind making America's favorite mayonnaise at the Hellmann's factory and share tips that will blow your mind. Don't miss out. At this factory, thousands of pounds of mayonnaise are produced every day. But the journey to creating this popular sauce starts long before the ingredients even reach the facility. The quality of the final product is directly tied to the raw materials, which is why suppliers are carefully selected. The key components of mayonnaise are vegetable oil, egg yolks, vinegar or lemon juice, and seasonings like salt and mustard. Each of these ingredients plays a crucial role in achieving the perfect taste and texture. The first step in production is sourcing and preparing the ingredients. I watched as vegetable oil was pumped from massive storage tanks into the production area using powerful pumps. Before it's used, the oil goes through additional filtration to remove any potential impurities that may have gotten in during storage. At the same time, pasteurized egg yolks are taken out of the refrigeration units and gradually brought to room temperature. This step ensures they mix more easily with the other ingredients. Vinegar or lemon juice is carefully measured and mixed with water in the correct proportions to achieve the desired level of acidity. This mixture is then combined with salt, mustard powder, and other spices in a special tank for pre-mixing. Everything is thoroughly blended to ensure the dry ingredients are evenly distributed and completely dissolved. When all the components are ready, it's time for the magic to happen: emulsification. Emulsification is the process of combining two liquids that normally don't mix, like oil and water. This is where egg yolk proteins come in as natural emulsifiers. I was amazed by the enormous industrial blenders, known as homogenizers, used for this process. These machines are equipped with powerful mixers and temperature control systems. The process starts with loading the egg yolks into the blender, where the mixers begin spinning at an incredible speed. Then, the vinegar and spice mixture is gradually added. Once the yolks and vinegar are fully combined, the most crucial step begins: slowly adding the oil. The oil is added very slowly, in a thin stream or sprayed, while the mixers continue operating at high speed. This allows the egg yolk proteins to effectively coat the tiny droplets of oil, creating a stable emulsion. This is how the creamy smoothness we all know and love in mayonnaise is achieved. Temperature control during this process is crucial. The temperature is maintained between 68 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit using special cooling systems built into the homogenizers. Once the emulsion is ready, the mayonnaise undergoes an additional mixing stage to ensure uniformity. The mixture is pushed through tiny openings under high pressure, further reducing the size of the oil particles and enhancing the product's consistency. Next, the mayonnaise moves to real-time quality control. Automated systems take samples from the product stream and run quick tests to check for consistency, acidity levels, and appearance. This ensures that the mayonnaise meets all required standards before moving on to the next stage. After passing quality control, the mayonnaise is pumped into temporary stainless steel tanks. At this stage, additional ingredients can be added to create different variations of mayonnaise, like herbs, spices, or other flavorings. Before packaging, the mayonnaise goes through a process to remove any trapped air. Air pockets can not only affect the appearance of the product, but also speed up spoilage due to oxidation. To prevent this, the mayonnaise is placed in special vacuum chambers where all the air is gently removed from the product. Now we move on to the packaging stage, which is equally impressive in terms of technology. The factory is equipped with state-of-the-art packaging machines capable of handling various types of containers, ranging from small glass jars to plastic bottles and large containers for food service establishments. Before filling, each container undergoes thorough cleaning and sterilization. Glass jars are rinsed with hot water and dried with purified air, while plastic containers, which arrive pre-sterilized, are inspected and blown with filtered air to remove any dust particles. The mayonnaise is carefully pumped from the temporary tanks into the packaging machines. The filling process is highly precise to ensure each container receives the exact same amount of product. To prevent air bubbles from forming, the nozzle is slightly submerged in the mayonnaise and rises as the container fills. Once filled, the containers are sealed airtight. For jars and plastic containers, this involves securing lids with precise torque control to guarantee a perfect seal without damaging the container. For soft packaging, heat or ultrasonic sealing is used to ensure a secure closure. The containers are then moved to the labeling stage. Automated machines carefully apply the labels, ensuring precise alignment and no defects. Afterward, each container undergoes a final visual quality check using high-speed cameras and machine vision systems. This ensures that the product fully meets standards before being sent to the warehouse for further shipping. During my visit to the factory, I also learned a lot of interesting things about the history of mayonnaise. It turns out that its origins date back to the 18th century. According to one popular story, in 1756, during the 7 Years' War, after defeating the British in Port Mahon on the island of Minorca, the chef of the Duke of Richelieu created a sauce made from eggs and oil to celebrate the victory. The sauce was named Mahonnaise, after the city of Mahon. Other sources claim that the sauce already existed in French cuisine and derived from the Old French word moyeu, meaning egg yolk. Either way, mayonnaise quickly gained popularity in France and then throughout Europe. In the early 20th century, with the rise of industrialization, mayonnaise began to be produced on a large scale, making it accessible to the masses and helping to spread it around the world. Now, I'd like to share a few fascinating facts about mayonnaise that really surprised me. Did you know that in Japan, mayonnaise is considered a true delicacy? The Japanese use it not only in salads but also in unexpected dishes like pizza, sushi, and even ice cream. Japanese mayonnaise, such as the popular brand Kewpie, has a richer flavor thanks to the use of rice vinegar and extra egg yolks. Mayonnaise isn't just for food. It can be a helpful household item too. It's used to remove sticker or label residue, polish wooden furniture, and even as a moisturizing hair mask. Thanks to its oil and egg white content, mayonnaise nourishes and hydrates hair. In some countries, mayonnaise is preferred over ketchup as a dipping sauce for French fries. For instance, in Belgium and the Netherlands, fries are traditionally served with mayonnaise, and this is considered a classic pairing. Mayonnaise can also improve your baking. Adding it to cake or cupcake batter makes the final product more moist and tender. This is because mayonnaise contains oil and eggs, which enhance the texture of the dough. The largest Olivier salad ever made used a massive amount of mayonnaise. In 2012, a team of chefs in Moscow set a world record by preparing a salad weighing over 4,000 pounds. They used more than a ton of mayonnaise to achieve this. After visiting the Hellmann's factory, I gained a new appreciation for this everyday sauce. From its meticulous production process to its rich history and surprising uses, mayonnaise is far more interesting than it might seem at first glance. So, the next time you spread it on your sandwich, take a moment to think about the craftsmanship behind each jar.